Hey guys, how's it going? This is Obi here with Lion Strong Elite, and I just want to say thank you for joining me in this video, guys. We have a very important topic, and before we get into it, guys, I just simply want to start off by saying, guys, as always, I do appreciate you guys spending time with me, breaking some bread with me, fellowshipping with me, because I know that you can be anywhere else. You can be watching whatever mindless entertainment on YouTube, because trust me, there is plenty of it. And even though I know these videos won't get a ton of views, at least the ones that do watch this video actually want it because they want to have and obtain something that's actionable and applicable. Okay, so with that out of the way, please do me the favor of liking and subscribing the video. And with that said, we'll get started. So guys, I'm going to talk about something that, obviously this is something that's not new to the world, but it will serve as a simple reminder of to be more mindful of this. And this is the dangers of sitting too much, okay? Sitting too much and all the implications that are involved with it, but also things that you can do to help offset it. Because guys, why is that a problem? Because again, from the type of demographic that I'm around, the people that I work with, which are, working professionals, executive CEOs, high performing men that typically find themselves in meetings all day, sitting all the time, taking care of business, which by the way, we commend you for it because you're doing great things. And even though, you guys aren't the best at taking care of your bodies and your health, you guys are still serving our world in ways in which we can only thank you, or at least we can't even imagine thanking. But anyway, so why is it a problem? Why is sitting a problem? Okay, we all heard of it. Sitting too much is a problem, but for those of you who need the minutia, the finite details, I'm going to explain it. So, guys, the reason why sitting down too much is a problem is because when you sit all the time, right, the core, right? Now, what's the core? Okay, your core consists of your abdominal wall, which is your abdomen, your obliques, and your lower back. Okay, so when you're sitting, naturally, your posture, right? And by the way, I know people say, "Oh, well, just fix your posture." It's easier said than done. I'm just breaking it down. Okay, when you're always sitting down, okay, naturally, your posture is going to be off, right? You're going to be relaxed, because your mind is focused on other things, which is normal. Okay, but because you're sitting down, and people typically, when they're working, they're sitting for long periods of time, they tend to not engage these core muscles. The core muscles don't get engaged. Okay, so let's combine not engaging the core muscle, and again, this is subconscious, we don't try to do it, with bad posture like this. You're on the computer, you're sitting down, right? And then you compound that throughout the day. Say like the average person works 8 hours a day, but for a lot of us, our high performing men, the men that are actually trying to get things done, move mountains, we're working 14, 15, 16 hours a day, okay? Because that's what it takes if you want to be successful. So imagine that doing double the time of the average person. You're gonna run into some problems, okay? It's only a matter of time. So with that said, how do you fix it, okay? Now, people are gonna say, well, just stand up and walk around. Guys, if the problem was the fact you're not engaging the core, right? Then standing up isn't gonna fix that. Okay, so this leads me to my solution to this, and my solution is to do micro workouts. Okay, I made a short on this, why I think micro workouts are beneficial. The shorts are obviously, I try to keep them, at lower length, so that way I don't, I can get more people watching the videos. But in this video, I'm gonna go into why I think micro workouts are the solution to having back pain. Okay, so I'm a big proponent of people doing little workouts, sprinkle little workouts throughout the day. So I'll give you an example. So the one thing I do all the time is I do planks every day. Okay. For 5 minutes a day or 3 minutes even, I'll do planks, and I'll just set the time and I'll do as many as I can. I'll do a plank here. I'll do a side plank. I'll be on the ground. I'll do a side plank on this side. And I'll just do a minute of each, 3 minutes, knock it out. But I'll do it throughout the day, okay? Also, things I'll do is I'll do goblet squats, okay? So I don't have anything around me, but let's just say I have and guys, I recommend you do this. When you're in your workspace, your office, I recommend that you have dumbbells or kettlebells or something that's movable that you can put around you. So that way you can not only do your training like we talk about in previous videos, but you can do your mobility as well. And by the way, guys, this video also ties into mobility work, okay? So you're probably wondering, what kind of mobility work should I do? Believe it or not, guys, mobility work is just another word of saying, active work, like active recovery. Like people think that by sitting around, that's how you heal. In fact, what helps people heal is blood flow, okay? Getting blood flow, obviously you slow the tempo down. You're not trying to, work out really hard and break the muscles down. You're simply just trying to stretch the muscles under load, but in a repetitive fashion to where, yes, in a way you're still working out, but it's at a slower tempo. So I digress. So another thing aside from planks I recommend doing is goblet squats. I'll take a kettlebell, something that's a good weight, and I'll just sit all the way down and just sit in like a squat, right? I'll sit in a squat for 10 seconds, stand up. Sit in a squat for 10 seconds, stand up. Now, why is that important? That's important because when you do goblet squats and you hold the weight here, because the weight's in front of you, you have to really engage that core. Whenever you put weight in front of your body like this, naturally, you're gonna be working your shoulders, your upper body, your arms. But most importantly, by putting weight like this, you're engaging that core, okay? You're engaging the core, so by you doing like really slow and paused goblet squats, you're forcing that abdominal wall. People don't know this, guys. The best way to engage your core is by doing squats. People say, well, squats are an effective leg exercise. It is, but what they don't tell you is they're excellent when it comes to building the abdominal wall. Clients of mine that typically have back issues, lumbar issues, core issues, usually it's fixed when I start to have them, when I implement more squatting in their program, because it engages the core. So, that's a great way to fix that lower back issue, is by doing those throughout the day. What else is there? One thing you can do is you can do standing high knees. Okay, very simple. You can just stand like this. Now, mind you, you're holding a weight. You can hold a dumbbell like this. You can hold a kettlebell, and you're just simply doing this. Drive the knee up, drive the knee up, drive the knee up. You're just alternating like that. Boom, 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 boom. And guys, you'd be surprised. If you did that for like 2 minutes, you'll be working a sweat. But it's good because, again, why does it work? When you guys do like reverse crunches, right? You're driving the knee up like this. You're working your abdomen, but because you're standing straight up and you're holding a weight, it forces that abdominal wall to work. So one thing that I always tell people to do is to, turn into like a little workout. Let's just say you do a minute of the planks. Let's say you do a minute each side. Boom, 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 boom. Minute each, right? You do a minute of the goblet squats, okay? And then you do, matter of fact, make it 2 minutes. That way you can get more out of it. So a minute of each side of the plank, do a minute of goblet squats. Again, nice and slow, like that, nice and slow. And then go right into a minute of the standing high knees, So not only are you gonna get some cardio, as you can kind of tell, I'm getting, it gets the heart rate up, which is awesome. But that's a great way, guys, to to kind of get the lower back pumping, the heart rate up. You're getting that blood flow, and that blood flow is the key to healing. Okay, remember, guys, active recovery is the key to fixing lower back issues. And again, by doing this throughout the day, you're giving your body the ability to basically revamp itself. When you're sitting all the time, it's a good change of pace. Now, mind you, walking is good too. But the point of me showing you guys those things is you still need to apply resistance. The reason why I'm such a big proponent when it comes to resistance training, because it does a number of things. Yes, aesthetically, it changes your body for the better. You build a nicer physique. It gives you a clearer mind. It provides those endorphins. I know people say working out gives you endorphins, but strength training gives you a different kind because you're adding load to your body. It's a very anabolic thing, which in other words, it's not wasting. It's not muscle wasting. You're building all the time, but most importantly, it keeps you pain free. specifically the lower back. And that's another reason, guys, I'm not a fan of machines. I like to use free movements, typically a dumbbell. I prefer because of the flexibility and the versatility, okay? So guys, that's just a video on how to fix back pain. The key is just getting stronger, but specifically focusing on movements that of course they engage the whole body, but more specifically engage the core. Another thing, I want to add this too. A great way to make the planks more challenging, is just to add weight to it. Now, how do you do that? Simple. You get a backpack, put the backpack on, put some weight in there, books, some dumbbells, whatever works for you. And you basically perform the planks with the backpack on. So now you can add more resistance. Okay, so that's a great way to kind of mix things up, but to also add some more resistance, which will help you on your road to recovery. You do that, guys, every day for a week. If you have back pain, and you'll notice that the pain's gonna go away, okay? Oftentimes, I will sometimes pull that muscle that's like right above like the tail, like inside the butt crack, tailbone, but it's your lower back. I remember I pulled it years ago deadlifting, and every once in a while it will like come, but I noticed when I do those things I showed you guys, the pain goes away. And a lot of times when I have that pain, it's because I'm sitting a lot. I'm always at the table, and just, when I'm answering emails, working with clients, I'm sitting a lot. So, what I'm telling you, I do it myself throughout the day, and it really does help. Okay, so I'm just trying to give you guys the information so you can apply it and use it. Again, you don't got to go to the gym. You don't got to, go to anywhere. Just keep your stuff beside you, and just, every few hours, just get up and just do it. You should do it 3 times a day. And, and it's also allowing you to be more fit because you're also adding resistance and you're training the body. So it still counts kind of like a training session. And that's basically what mobility is, guys. Mobility is just active recovery. It's not really stretching. People think it's stretching, but it's more than that. It's you're trying to get your heart rate up, your blood pumping, blood moving, and that helps the lymphatic system heal the body, okay? So anyway, guys, enough with that. I just want to just lay it out on you. Hope you guys enjoyed the information. I'll be making another video after this. With that said, guys, over here, Lion Strong Elite, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like the video, because I'm bringing more content, guys, and I appreciate your time as always. See you guys on the next one. Have a great day. Thanks.